Okay, so this is the advice that I took, and this is the advice that I would give to my younger brother. I do have a younger brother. I grew up in the foster system, so I have a bunch of brothers, younger, same age, some older. This is the advice that I took when I was searching, and that the advice that I would get. So after doing self improvement for the last 4 years, 19 to 23, I think that's 4 years if I'm mathing right. The best advice I could give to myself is go to the gym as often as possible. Like, your newbie gains will come so fast, right? If you're skinny, eat as much protein as you can, eat as much food as you can, eat as clean as you can. If you're overweight, eat whatever your weight, go weigh yourself and eat that many grams of protein. So, like for me, I was 260 pounds. Go eat, try your best to eat 260 pounds of 260 pounds. That's 260 grams of protein every day. Try to keep everything else as low as possible. Drink a bunch of water, right? For your newbie gains, right? It doesn't have, you don't have to go and do all the complex macros and stuff like that. Skinny guys eat a lot. Eat protein. Eat your carbs. Big guys eat protein. Eat in the deficit. So try to eat. If I was 260 grams of protein, everything else I just keep it as low as possible. Drink a bunch of water and lift heavy, lift often, sleep as often as you can, and watch your newbie gains explode. As a newbie, you don't have to get complex with your workouts, your diet, or anything like that. Eat protein, lift, sleep, right? Your newbie gains will be awesome. That's like the first thing I would tell myself. Second, get a job. Get a part-time job, 2 part-time jobs, a full-time job. Start a side hustle. Be as busy and productive as you can, trying to earn money. Like, I know some guys are like, oh, to have like a good job, you have to have experience. No, I actually got a decent job, one of the like highest paid entry jobs in my hometown with like little experience, right? And there's a lot of young guys that they hire. So if you guys have like a factory or a plant near you, go apply and work as often as you can. Get overtime. That's like life-changing money, and it can help you in so many areas in your life, right? That's tip 2. Work as often as possible. Stack your bread up. Now, the third thing I would tell anybody is to work on your hygiene. Be clean, be dirty. And this isn't just for like the girls, right? Obviously girls want guys to be clean. You don't have to be dirty. But dude, really like deep dive into like hygiene videos on YouTube and like learn how to like wash and take care of your body, trim everything, just make everything clean, right? Your face, your acne, all that stuff, it can be worked on. You can get rid of most of your acne. Dude, I used to have bad acne. Now I deal with eczema, but as you can see, I don't have, maybe I have some lighting here, but I used to have like really, really bad acne. I do have scars, and I'm working on that, but I used to have like really, really crazy bad acne. Been working on it. Wash your face every day, use moisturizer, chapstick. Um, I use like other like, man, I don't have the cream, but like for me, I use eczema cream, right? Lotion my body. I do when I go get a haircut, I try to do at least twice a month minimum, twice a month. Um, Find a hairstyle that fits you. I do get my eyebrows waxed. I always trim everything: fingernails, toenails, body hair. Like, you need to focus on hygiene, brushing your teeth, all that stuff. Just watch the videos, learn, practice. Fourth thing I would tell myself is find your style, right? Find something that's clean, that makes you look good, whatever you're comfortable with, but wear it with confidence, right? Don't just show up everywhere and baggy sweatpants. When you're trying to go into self improvement, you want to look as clean and sharp as professional. Obviously, if it's that day where it's cold and whatnot, and you're just like big chilling at the house, you got to make a run. Obviously, sweatpants, no big deal. But if you're gonna go out to an event, buy like invest in some nice jeans, some nice shoes, a button up or a really nice shirt. I like flannels. Just go with a look that makes you look mature, like you know how to dress, style your hair, right? Just look like again, deep dive on YouTube, find your style, right? And then like the fifth thing that I would tell you to do is I shouldn't have to include diet. Obviously, diet is like a big key of like your fitness, going to the gym, and this is just like beginning to start out. So obviously, I lived off fast food for a while. Um, I always went to like whatever was cheap, but I always like chased what the healthiest thing on the menu was. I know Taco Bell is like super popular, but again, when you're eating out like that, it's definitely going to mess with your skin, and it's not going to be good for you if you're like obviously for your newbie gains, yes, yes, eat whatever you can, eat as much protein as you can, get it however cheap you can, chicken and ramen noodles, chicken and rice, whatever. But if you're balling on a budget, try to make the most healthiest decisions when you're going out and purchasing fast food. Taco Bell, McDonald's, I mean everything, right? I try to go and buy, okay, how can I save money? I need food to eat, right? But I need to spend as less. So like what can I get with the less amount of money that has enough protein? That's what I did to survive. And you can go to like Taco Bell and get loaded up on protein. Look up hacks on the internet and whatnot. But I would say for your diet, really go bake or boil a bunch of chicken. It's cheap, and ramen noodles are hella cheap, like so cheap. Go buy a gallon jug from the store for like $2, and then just like refill it wherever you can, as often as possible. Um, so yeah, if I had to give myself some tips, starting out early on my self improvement, and like if I had brothers I wanted to share this with, that's what I would do. Um, the number one thing that I wanted to talk about, that I will talk about in another video, is watching prawn, watching like the hub, and like touching yourself to that, watching that, and that has to go. And I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that. But if I had to like say that was my number one thing, like that would be like my number one thing. I know I said it to the last of the video, but like if I had to, if I had to say my number one thing is like quit watching prawn completely. Um, I know that's not really gonna happen for like a majority of guys, but like the way that you're consuming it now, every day, multiple times a day, you're like choking the chicken several times a day. That has to quit. Like that needs to stop. Like you wake up in the morning, you do what you do, midday, as soon as you get home, before bed, like that's just way too many. Especially if you're like doing it to watching like that stuff on your phone. That's gonna mess with you mentally and physically, and it's gonna ruin your experience later on down the road when you do start to attract girls, and it's really not good for you. And I'm gonna make a separate video for that. But those are the tips that I would give, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.